Hi, myself Aniket Dandade. In this video, we are going to learn about basic data table queries in UiPath. This video is specifically for the beginners. First of all, we will see what is data table and how and where it is useful. Data table, first of all, is a data type and it is used to display data in tabular structure in form of rows and columns, mostly useful in Excel and commonly used in financial modeling. Now we will get started with our data table queries. Total data set and queries that I've taken. We will start with our first query, that how to create a new data table. So here we will take one assign activity and we'll create the data table variable dt underscore new and change this. By default our variable created our string, so we have to change it to data table variable and just write new data table. Using this, it can create a new data table. Just do step into clear the previous data and just write dt new and press enter. You can see that new data table is created. In this way, we can create a new data table. Just assign data table variable and write new data table. It can create a new data table. Now moving to second query, that is clone table structure of a data table. For this, what we have to do? In this assign, first we have to read the Excel, because in this Excel it will contain some data and we'll create a data table of that user range of workbook. Read one Excel file, we will read dt1 and pass the sheet name over here and we'll create a variable as output. The output of it is data table dt underscore data1. Okay, and then this is new data table, this is blank, this is new. So here we'll pass this output, this contains all the data. So here we'll pass dt underscore data1 dot float. Okay, now just do step into and we will see the result in immediate panel. Okay, now write dt underscore data1, which contains all the data which the Excel sheet what we have read, and write this new data dt underscore new. So we can see using the clone function, what we can we can get that we get only the headers, the column name of the data table which you have read. Means in this data table we have column name like name, age, salary, status. Using the clone function we can get only the column, means only the headers. We can get only the columns using the clone function, not the values. Moving on to the third query, how to copy a data table, means copying a data table. So for this, what we have to do, just write dot copy over here and again do step into first clear this, write dt underscore data1. It holds all the value which the Excel sheet what we have read, and now write dt new. You can see this data and this data is exactly same, means the copy of this data table it's created is exactly the same. Using the copy we get the same data table values in other data table, means this is the data table dt underscore data1 and this is data table data underscore new. Means The copy of this data table is created in this data table. Now moving on to our fourth query, that is how to get a row count of a data table. For this, what we will do, we will just create integer variable over here because the output will be an integer. So int result and change this to integer first and just write data table name, that is data underscore data one dot rows count or rows dot count. This will give us the row count. Just use a right line over here, right line to display the result, and result dot toString, and just run it. In the output you can see this is the row count of our data table, means it contains total 7 rows. Now to get a column count, our fifth query, just make changes over here. Instead of row, just write dot columns. Using this, we will get our column count of a data table. Just debug it, and you can see the output. Go to output panel. You can see that we have got the answer as 4 misses contains the 4 columns. Now moving on to our sixth query, you get a specific row index. Now for this, what we will do, we will use for each row in data table, and we'll pass this output data underscore data one in this for each row in data table. And here we will take one assign activity and we'll pass integer variable over here and write dt underscore data one dot rows ROWs dot index of iterator, that is current row. Okay, and use right line to see the output and result dot toString and run the workflow. Now go to output and see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the row index. Total rows are 7. So index starting from 0. From 0 to 6, we have got the count of the row index we have got. Now moving to second query, that how to get a specific column index if a column name is known. For this, what we will do, just take assign activity. And here also pass the int result variable, integer variable. That's because the output we are going to get, it is in integer. So pass the data table name dot columns dot index of column name. That is SALR. I'm passing the column name over here. I will show you in sheet 1, that is data table 1, DT1. Salary is the column name. You can take your Excel sheet column names and just run it once again. In the output, you can do it. Take a right line to see the output. Enter result dot to string. Just run it once again. Now in the output you can see the index of that column name is 2. In this way we can get the column index. Just pass data table name dot columns dot index of that column name. Okay. Now moving to add query, that is get only certain columns from a data table. For this, take one assign activity, and in this we will pass dt new, means the output of this data table. So we are taking data table variable over here. We can also pass dt1 or data underscore data1 or data underscore new, any data table variable you can pass. I'm passing this data underscore new, and here what I will do, I'll pass this output, this data table, because it contains data, dt underscore data1 dot default view dot to table, and in bracket write false, comma column name. I will take salary as a column name. This query is to get only certain column from a data table for a particular column, for a single column. You step into and write dt new. You can see for a particular column all the values has been listed over here. Now if you want to get for multiple columns, let's say we can write query over here only, data table name dot default view dot to table, and here write fl is false, comma column name, age is also one of the column name of our data table, and then salary SALRY, and also I will take a name, just expand it bit, double write the name ME, and write dot copy on not needed it, and hit enter. You can see for multiple columns we get, for multiple columns data we're getting this as output. And if you want to get and if you want to get data for a single column or a multiple column, but only the distinct value if you want to give, just pass through over here. Using this it will give you the distinct value. Hit enter. You can see it is giving only the distinct value which are there in the data table. This is for multiple columns, and for single column you can pass enter. Using this we will get distinct value for a single column. Okay, distinct value we can say means like a not duplicate, only particular record we are getting using distinct value. Just we have to make true over here, and when we write false it will give all the values. In this way this query works. Now moving on to our 9 query, that comparing two data tables. For this first we will read the sheet because we have to compare two data tables. So we will take one more read range. I'll pass second Excel sheet over here, that is DT2, and also write sheet name, it is sheet 1, and here we'll pass dt underscore data 2. So we create two data tables over here, that is dt underscore data 1 and second dt underscore data 2. And now we'll compare two data tables. So we'll take a sign over here. When we compare two data tables, there are three functions in this. First is intersect. First we'll do that one. And here I'm taking dt new because in this new data, this data table variable is contains means it is blank. So I'm taking this. And here I'm passing these two data table variable. I'm writing query for this comparing data tables using intersect function. That is data table 1 dot as enumerable dot intersect, and in this second data table digit 2 dot as enumerable, okay, comma system dot data data row compare not default, and then write after bracket dot copy to data table. Okay, so in this we will get what does intersect function do. First always say intersect. Using the intersect function we will get only the matching rows from both data table. This is the use of the intersect function. Only matching rows from both data table you will get. So let's see this. Just do step into clear this. Do step into. So write dt name and hit enter. You can see this four records which are displayed over here contains in both the data tables. So I will also show you for sheet dt sheet 1, like this four rows are there in this sheet 1 and also it is there in sheet 2. So we are getting this as an output, this matching rows from both the data table. We get only the matching rows from both the data table using the intersect function. Now the second function when we compare two data tables is that using the except function. Or this what we will do, right? We will do query over here only, right? Data table 1 dot as enumerable dot accept and here pass second data table, it is dt2 dot as enumerable comma system dot data dot data comparer dot default, then dot copy to data table. Okay, using the except function, what you will get only the row which are in data table 1 and not in data table 2. This is the use of except function. Is only the rows which are present in data table 1. We will get only the rows which are there in data table 1 and not in data table 2 using the except function and hit enter. We can see this records are there are only there in data table 1 which we are getting using except function. Now there is also third function called union. What we have to do, just make you write the same query and just make changes over here only. Instead of except write dot union. Okay, and the union function works like we get all the rows from both data tables. Means using union function, we will get all the rows from both data table, and only the repeated ones from the both data tables are taken only once. Okay. Now hit enter. You can see using union function, we will get all the rows from both data table, and repeated ones are taken only once. In this way, we can compare order two data tables and uses three function that uses union, except, and this intersect function. Now moving on to the 10 query, how to get the names of column from a data table. For this, what you do, take assign activity, and here create array variable, array column, and change this array column to array of string. Okay, because and create a blank array. We how to create blank array? Put new string, circle bracket, and then curly braces. In this way, the blank array is been created. Now use for each, and now use for each. You can take any data table, this dt1 or dt2. I'm taking dt2 dot columns. Okay, using this you will get our column names. Just pass one string you give over here to save the column name, one by one string column, and write current item is the iterator dot clip string. This will save the column name one by one in this string, and we just have to append it to array. Because array is a collection, in this collection all the column names will be saved one by one. Again write array column dot append string variable str column dot to array, as we are saying to so dot to array. And to display this, just take one right line after this and write string dot join vbcr lf to write it on new line, and write array, that array column is array variable. And just debug the code, clear this. In the output you can see that we get all the column names, one by one, name, age, salary, and status. In this way we can get the column name from a data table. First create a blank array, and in for each push data table name dot columns, save it to a string variable, and append it to array one by one, and we can write on new line using this. Okay. Now moving on to ELAN query, get the maximum value of column in a data table. For this, what we will do, uh, clear this. As we want maximum value, we take our answer means output will be integer only. So we'll take int result variable over here, and write query for this. I'm taking dt2 again. Dot as enumerable, and pass dot max function, max function of x, and I will write cn of x, and here pass the column name. And here I'll I'll pass the column name, age or salary. I'll pass salary. Okay. Data table name dot as enumerable. We take as enumerable because using this only we can access all the function of the data table. So we have to write this dot max function of x, as int we are doing because we are dealing with integers, and the column name. Now just take one right line and write int result dot to string. Using this we will get the maximum value. Just run it. So see the result. You can see that we have got 30,000 is the maximum salary. So you can also see it what which data table to which second data table we have read in second Excel sheet. So we can see this 30,000 is the highest salary among this column. Um, you can also see for the age, highest age is 26. So we can also write query for that. Just make changes over here. Just write the column name A H and run it once again. You can see in the output we get 26. In this way, 26. In this way we can get the maximum value of that particular column of data table. How to get moving to 12 query to get the minimum value of column in data table? Just make changes over here. Just write min function. It will give you the min function. Okay. Just instead of max write min, it will give the minimum value of that column. Just debug it. You will get the output. Now go to output and see. It's 20. 20 is the minimum age. If you want to check, you can check. You can see this among this 20 is the minimum age. The same goes for salary. Yes, lowest salary is 10,000. So if you want to check, just write salary over here, SALRY, and here we will get minimum value of that column. Now go to output and see. You can see that 10,000 we have got. In this way, minimum function works. Now moving on to our 13 query to get the average value of a column in data table. Here, what we have to do, just write instead of minimum, just write dot average function. Okay, and for this we can create another variable, double variable, because the output of the average sometime we can get in point in decimals, so we can take double variable over here, create one variable and write it as sum and change this sum to double. Just browse for types and write system dot double. Okay, and there it is gone. Now just run it and just write sum dot to string to see the result. Sum dot to string. Okay, and run the workflow. You will get the output. So just go to output. You can see the output. This is the average of that column. Or if you want to average of age, I will write age and run. You can see the output 23.333. That's why I've taken the double variable, because using double we can get this as output point, any integer means this as output means it contain decimal values, so we are taking double variable. Now moving on to 14 query to get the top n rows in that table. For this, so what you can do, just take integer variable, because we want only the top rows. I take my bad. just take data table variable over here. I will take dt new, and here what I will do, just pass data table in the table. I will take dt1. I will take dt1 dot as enumerable, and here I will take dot take 3, I can say, and dot copy to data table. Okay. Using this, we will get top 3 records of our data table, and here we are taking data table variable and saving all this output in this data table variable. Just to step into, and you can see. Okay, right. dt new. Hit enter. You can see that it is giving you the first top 3 records. Like again, I will show you. If you want top 4 records, I will write dt1 dot as enumerable dot take. I can say 5, top 5 I want, and dot copy to data table, and right. You can see this first 5 records. It's populated first 5 record. In this way, this query works. To skip the first n rows in data table, what we have to do, same like that only, and just have to make changes over here. Data table name dot assume enable dot skip function. We have to skip how many record you want. I will say that I have to skip the first 3 records. So write skip 3 and then copy to data table. This will skip the first 3 records. Let's do step into. You can see that. Clear this first. Step into, and write dt new. You can see that skipping the first 3 and remaining records they have published. In this way, this query work. DataTable name dot assume enable dot skip how many skip how many records you want to skip. Anything you can pass, like 3 record or 4 record. Whichever record you want to skip, it will skip that many records using the skip function. Now moving on to the 16th query, how to get a particular row and column value. For this, what we will do, here we will create a string variable, string data, because we have to say our data in that. So we'll take data table 1 dot rows, and here we have to pass the row index. I will take row 0, and here you have to pass the column index and dot to string. Okay. Now just to step into, clear this, to step into. Now you can see str data as value as 24, and what you have done, row 0 column 1. So go to project, and which data table it is, data table 1. So go to this dt1, and you can see this is row 0. Okay, and this is column 1, row 0, row 0. Okay, and this is column 1. So we are getting 24 as an answer. In this way it works. Now just go to this immediate panel. You can also check for like data underscore data 1 dot rows of set 2, and here I will pass 3 and hit enter. You will get answer as a bench. You can see row 0, 1, 2. This is second row. Okay, and this is third column, 0, 1, 2, 3. Third column, second row. We are getting answer as a bench. You can see the answer we got is bench. In this way, we'll get the rows and column value using this query. Means what you have to do, write data table name dot rows and here we have to pass the row index, and here we have to pass the column index, and it will return the required output. In this way, this query works. Means how to get a particular row and column value. In this way, this query works. Just pass this query DataTable.rows and first pass row index, and after this column index dot to string. Okay. Now moving to our last query, that filtering data table with DataTable.Select method. This is quite interesting. Here, what we have to do, we have to take data table variable. I will take entity underscore new, and what I will filter. You can see I will filter this status. I will filter on status. I will write whichever employee, whichever on bench. I will filter them. Okay, just write intersect data table data underscore one dot select. Okay, and write circle bracket, double quotes, then square bracket. Pass the column name is equal to, in single quotes, pass the value. Okay, what? And then copy to data table. What I have done, data table name dot select, and in circle bracket, double quotes, and inside that square bracket, we have to pass our column name and is equal to, and again in between single quotes, we have to pass the value. In this way, it will filter the data table. Just do step into. Now write dt. First clear this dt new. You can see whichever employee which are on bench, means we are given the filter as bench. Only that employee, that a person name is visible. In this way, we can filter. Or for another, like we can also take billable, or we are taking assigned. Okay, we will take assigned. Now we will write the query name widgets. Just go here. DT data one dot select. We'll pass double quotes, square bracket, column name. It is status is equal to, and in single quotes I will write assign ASS IG and AT, and then write dot copy to data table and hit enter. You can see only the one record I have got which has been assigned. Okay, in this way filter query works. Now we have completed all the basic queries which are required. Thank you. Thank you everyone. And in upcoming videos, I will make more videos like this. Thank you once again. Please like, share and subscribe.